right? Two of our mukbang, and this is the first hour recap of what we're doing. See, I have a hard time focusing. The whole thing seemed so hard, but it's so clear. I was talking about how everything feels like it's slow mo. See, I don't know where to look. There's two cameras. Now you would say, okay, well, it's normal that you don't know where to look, but those cameras are side by side, right? Whatever. I don't know. So yeah, so everything feels clearer. I don't have crazy laugh. I feel very spacey. I'm feeling on a different wavelength, of course. Feeling like we're on a different speed. I don't know if it's faster or slower, but there's a difference. Oh, there's always been a difference. Because I'm a different guy, right? And then you realize that your neighbors are also different. And for you, normal speed is normal speed. It's not normal speed for them. And for them, normal speed for them, it's not normal speed for you, you know? So, yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But we're having fun and we're having a good time, and it's an experience, right? Fucking Netflix, baby. Netflix. Now, the good news is we have everything under control, right? Somewhat, somehow. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Content Show. Presenting Wolves that having a wonderful day. So automatic that I didn't even notice that we were doing an intro, but we're doing an intro. We're 9 minutes, 9 seconds to end the video. I'm sorry, I'm a bit high. I don't get high on the use. But we're doing a special for 500 followers, so. Better to go, I guess. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. We're at how much? I don't even know, dude. Once again, we're followed 259. Holy, wait a second. On the list. What is the honor list? Okay, we're far. We're far because the Night Hunter, which is el nuevo número uno de global. Yes, nai, yes, too. Yes, nai, yes, too. I know, I don't know. The Night King. They're all Omega Kratos. They're all Omega Kratos, but because he changed the top, because he changed the guy on top. Yeah, I know. Oh, Izumi, baby. Izumi. Izumi's so good. What are they talking about? Yeah, my mom. My father. The different needs. Ooh, Nico. Nico. That's nice. Okay. Like I was saying, my mom. Sorry about this, guys. So my mom, she has is a certain love. There's a risk for reward. See, I was. ¿Dónde están? I was. I shouldn't scream. My neighbors are sleeping. It's 5:30 a.m. Look how fat I am. What if I told you I got fat on purpose because I wanted to lose weight because that's the easy view? It's a shame, right? It's disgusting, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So Anne was talking about her needs, and her needs are normal. Her needs. I was talking about how I was doing concession, and I convinced myself that I was doing concession, even though it's not true. She wanted a guy that was there for her. She worked a 9 to 5. I have X and X and X. No, working, and wanting the guy every single hours of the day. She's working. She has a couple hours a night to relax. She wants a guy with her. Is that too much to ask? Oh. And she was like, hey, this is my schedule. And I was like, no. This is my schedule. So I'm doing concession, but it's still my schedule. That doesn't work like that. It has to become our schedule. But then again, that you know her for 3 days, right? And then she was asking you, hey, are you talking to other girls? Like, yeah, I'm talking to other girls, and I'm being nice because I'm talking to her about it. But then you realize that it's not fair because it's been 3 days. But then you realize that if she was the one, you would only want to talk to her. You realize that I miss her a lot tonight because she's not. She's sleeping. She's a normal person, right? She's sleeping. She's sleeping. She's been sleeping since when? Since 1 o'clock a.m. We kept her up. Why am I eating this when we have perfectly good chicken? And yeah, see, she asked me to be normal. I have a normal schedule. Why is that so? That's so dark. Okay, 46%, good. But then your cereal's not normal, right? And she's asking you to be. And yeah, she's asking you. By the way, okay. Before you think I'm disgusting, there's garbage there. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. See, she's asking you to have a normal schedule. I'm very movie when I get high. Very movie, very need to explore. I do that when I'm drunk too. Need to run. Too fat to run. So I move a lot. She's asking you to be normal, to be easy to follow. And then this whole video you spent talking about how you didn't want to follow people. They had to follow you, and they don't follow you. That's their problem, right? What if there was a boat and you both needed to be boat? It was a boat and you both needed to be on that boat, and there was a schedule for that boat. They're not two different boats; they're the same boat. But you always treated them as different boats. You always treated them as two boats. I'm gonna be my own nakama. I'm gonna be my own 1000 Sun, or my Sunny. Or I'm gonna be my own punk pirates. My Luffy to my Captain Kidd. My Law, Trafalgar Law. What's the name of the ship? Nobody gives a shit. Ship shit. You know? Yeah, so. And if she was the one, you would want to talk only to her, right? But then you realize that it's not that you don't want to talk to other girls, because those other people need you. L needs you. But do L need you, or are you convincing yourself that L needs you? Because you secretly hope that L needs you. You want to talk about the only fangirl from the beginning, 1 hour ago. That simps. That need for companionship. Not the need that you're talking about. It's not the sex. People think the simp is okay after sex. He's after sex and he wants to fuck her. Right? You think about that, right? No, he wants to be a provider. He wants to be a protector. He wants to be a provider, protector. And he wants to provide for her because she needs it. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. He wants to provide for her so somebody is reliant on him. So somebody powerless asks for his great help. When in reality, he's a powerless guy. That is supposed to pay everybody's bill. I was this powerless guy that was supposed to pay for everybody else's emotional bill. Because it made me feel better about myself. But I'm dead inside. And then you realize that was the hardest thing of your life to do. You were there for people. This is fucking death of ego. Understand that. We talked about this yesterday. You guys remember? How lucid am I? It's like a lucid dream. About death of an ego, right? And I talk about how the worst moment of my life was I was there for people. When I needed them, they were not there. Right? If I was that all-powerful guy, I would have not needed anybody else. I needed somebody. Then you ask your question. Yes, the question. Since when do I need people? I don't know. Right now, I have a bunch of people that are super nice to me. All gonna be okay. I wanna feel like I'm still alive. Yeah, and you know, in your whole life you convince yourself that your parents are so controlling because you're the only kids. And they're trying to fix you because they couldn't fix themselves. My father, I love him. He's a miserable guy. He's not sad, but he's not happy. My mom loved her to death. She's not sad. She's not happy, but she's not sad. They're in between. As a kid, you're the grain of sand, the drop of water, the grain of rice, right? The grain of rice to take the balance. One grain of rice between happiness, or one grain of rice into the sadness. And you convince yourself that you're this grain of rice, right? Because they need you for balance. They need that one answer. Then you realize that you were the one answer. You've been there for a while. You were that answer for a while. But you were not reliable. And we can go all night. Bloom Supply, baby. I'm not sponsored. You were that grain of sand for the longest of time, right? But when they needed you, you weren't there. You convince yourself that they're the parents. You shouldn't need the kid, right? See, one of the biggest realizations in my life was I hate my parents. I hate them. I hate it, not hate. Hate it. Funny how we made that mistake, right? Because they didn't understand you. But then you realize that you didn't understand them. You realize the distance was great because you made it great. You realize the distance was there because you made it there. You realize that it was well because you put them there. You realize that you didn't get along because you chose not to get along. Because it was simpler to blame them. It was simpler to point at them than to point at yourself for your own mistake, your own shortcoming. That balance, right? Right? Today I hurt somebody that I didn't want to hurt. And my reaction, my answer, my reasoning is I didn't mean to hurt her. Want to know something that's crazy? That song is good. And we were getting higher and higher, right? This is the peak of the high. Want to know something that's really, really crazy? That I don't talk to myself, thank God. Thank God, because I would answer her. You know, Kenny versus Penny joke. And when I talk to the camera, I talk to myself. And for the first time that day, or during that day, or that week, or that month, or that year, of that lifetime. Because there's something that I said on here that I never told myself in my whole life. You realize that you talk to the camera. This is comfy as fuck, dude. This is comfy as fuck. It is cold, a little bit cold, so it's nice. You realize that the whole time, for now an hour, 14 minutes, you said that you didn't mean to hurt her. So that you didn't do it on purpose. Talking about bad intention but good action. You're talking about good action. It's just talking about good action with bad intention, but you're talking about bad action with good intention, right? But not once did you mention protecting her. Not once did you mention protecting her. I'm not gonna hurt you, but I should want to protect you. No. Do you know what's the difference between protecting someone and not wanting to hurt them? You want to know the difference between not wanting to hurt somebody but protecting them? It's that balance. That balance. That grain of rice. That grain of sand. Yeah. And you're not able to put it. You want to know why you cannot put that grain of rice? You want to know? Wow, that was perfect. That was, oh fuck. Why did I do that? That was so comfy. You want to know why you're not willing to put? You're not able to put that grain of rice. You want to know why? I don't know you that kind of rice, but you're not able to put it. I don't know why. You want to know why? Yummy. Because you're not sure in which spot you should put it. You want to be the protector. That's comfy. We're back at it. I'm not back at it because I knew how to put it. I'm back at it because I saw it. Intelligence. Visual intelligence versus a memory. Whatever tool you have to use them, right? You don't know where you want to put that grain of rice. You don't know if you want to put it in the sense of a protector. Because you don't know if you're a protector that she needs. Right? And you're not sure if you want to put it in that bowl. That you know. You don't want to be. You don't want to put that grain of rice in the bowl of rice that is not hurting her. Because deep down, secretly, very secret. Don't tell the neighbors. Don't tell the neighbors. Don't tell your parents. Don't tell your best friend. Michael, don't tell Andrew. Andrew, don't tell Michael. Because you know that deep down you're going to hurt her no matter what. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Next month. On purpose, not on purpose. Gonna have one bad day and like fuck everybody. Her included. Right? I spent years not talking to my parents. At the time felt like it was deserved. At the time I felt like it was deserved to not talk to my parents. At the time I felt like it was deserved, that they deserved it, that I didn't talk to them. They didn't deserve me. Another time I thought about that day. That day where we stopped talking. I remember that day. And then you realize that the way they acted that day was not okay. But you realize that you had control that day. You had control over your own action, your own reaction. What if the reaction or the present case of the action? What if the present was affected more by you than you think? Right? I have these two guys, Michael and Andrew, and I don't talk about them often enough, but I care about them because they're good people. They're Canadian, they're good people. And they're trying so fucking hard to make me happy. They're always commenting and always so fucking nice. They don't have a reason to be nice to me. I don't know them, they're not friends. Maybe down the line we're friends, but they're a stranger. And they're so nice to me. And then you hear them talking, you think that they're younger, right? But then today you answer the question and that's their best friend, and their best friends are neighbors. And realize that one of them is taking for a Canadian. The Habs go, the team, the hockey team. The other guy is taking for the Maple Leaf of Toronto's. I'm like, oh, fuck. That's such a good friendship. I got sad for them because you wish, even though they're a stranger, you wish that they like the same team. Because it's just easier, right? And then you go into a talk, but of course, because you don't talk to yourself, when you go into a talk and you go to answer a simple comments, you talk to yourself, you think to yourself. And then you go into a rant, and you talk about that rant, you talk about politics, right? And then Michael, who you think was very young, not only understand what he said, but he brings out a good point. And then you ask yourself the question: why do I need to? Why did I feel the need to? Why did I need to feel the need to explain to them that it was okay to like different team? Why did I do that? And again, the The intention was Big Brother. A older model, a older role model, a older good role model. Close enough. You don't know if they need that. You don't know if that's what you want. You see younger generation and you're like, I want to be a big brother to them. I want to be the positive role model they need. I think that's not what they need. So you're deciding for them what they need. And you hide yourself behind your age. I know better because I live more. And you remember when you were younger and you hated people that said, oh, I'm that age, so I know better. You remember when you were older and you would say fuck you to people that says, respect you're older. Because age didn't mean quality. And age didn't mean knowledge. And age didn't mean shit. You're producing this cycle. And it's one cycle of hate. This one very perverted cycle. It's not perverted because you're not a part of it. You're not one part of it. You don't want to call yourself perverted. So that cycle is now acceptable. Because you're part of it. Cycle didn't change. You changed. You changed. The cycle is still perverted. The cycle is still perverted, but you're allowing it because you're perverted too. You're jaded by life. By your experiences. And then you wish that the world was easier to live in. So we don't have to be jaded. We don't have to have those darker thoughts because it wasn't needed. Then you realize that safely and stupidly, the world being that complicated forces us to band together. The world being that complicated is the one thing we have in common. It's not hunger, because there's always going to be people that are hungry. There's going to be people that are eating too much. There are always going to be people that ate 2 pieces of chicken versus people that ate 10 pieces of chicken. Right? Always going to be that people, those guys, those ladies, those in between. I don't know. Complicated. But you know that common enemy, that big bad brother, this big bad government, those big bad cops, are the one thing we can rally on, rally on. And you want to rally because you're fighting oppression, you're fighting a system. You're part of that system. You're not helping it. You're not offering solution. You're part of the corrupted system. You're part of the polluted sea. And instead of saying, let's take out the pollution of the sea, let's take out the plastic out of the water, you're finding people who are dropping plastic in the water. The water is already contaminated. Clean it before you fight people. Clean it. Right? Pretty simple. I never meant to hurt Anne. But I never meant to protect her either. But maybe the fact that I don't want to protect her because I believe that she doesn't need to be protected. Maybe that belief that she doesn't need to be protected. Maybe that belief is laziness. I don't know. Shut your bitch ass up. Right? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'll never know. I'll never know. I don't like this song. But I'm too stoned to go and change the channel. I'm high, people. I'm a stoner. Where did that expression stoner came from? Or stone? Stone age. Dumb. We feel that those people are dumb. We feel that people that were in front of us. If you believe in evolution, if you believe in people that were cavemen, you believe that those people are stupid. But those people were able to survive outside. Are you able to survive outside? No. So you're smart. But how far does that take you? But it's because I was smart, I was making more money. right? I was watching this show. And it was and it was a really good show. The Good Place, to name it. I should tell Noemi. And said her name. Nobody's gonna watch this anyway. Hi, how are you? Having a good evening. Better Off Dead. Convoke has the same song. I'm gonna show you. I don't even remember what I was talking about before. Yeah, and in that show, The Good Place. Okay, give me a sec. Hey, je pensais à toi, puis je sais pas, j'ai écouté l'émission qui s'appelle The Good Place, puis c'est une question morale, puis on parle de paradis, d'enfer, puis c'est vraiment intéressant, puis c'est vraiment intelligent, puis je pensais à toi, puis je voulais te le partager, je sais pas pourquoi. Fait que ouais. What am I doing with my life? And of course I didn't stop the recording on the phone. Oops. So yeah, and then that video, there's a bunch of people that end up in a desert island, and the desert island people are saying, "Hey, the pilot, right? There's a piece of fish. There's a piece of fish, and that piece of fish is divided up in between 4 people." And then you see that there's a cleaning lady, a fucking cleaning lady, who has a whole entire fish for herself. Say, why didn't you have a fish for yourself? I'm a pilot. I deserve a fair trade. I deserve a fair pieces. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I deserve this fair pieces. The cleaning lady is the one who caught the fish and cooked the fish. She's sharing. Yeah. She was being nice and they wanted more. You know? So we're talking about, oh yeah, insecurities. I think it's gonna be tomorrow I think I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. Another 3 hours talking tomorrow. Insecurities. With Anne, she was talking about how, well, we talked about it a couple of times before, but she's a woman with a lot of drive. And again, I know I'm a dominant partner. Not in the sense of I'm gonna beat you up if you don't do the dishes. More in the bedroom sense, right? More like I like being authoritarian. But even then, I like being authoritarian, but I've always went for younger women. That's something maybe. Yeah. And I never went for a girl my age. I didn't think I was mature enough. Right? I never looked for a woman with drive because I didn't want people to tell me what to do. But I understood that maybe somebody else had an idea of how to live my life. But then I was living my life myself. Mm-hmm. She came out of nowhere, and she came out of nowhere. It wasn't expected. But when life strikes at you, and they're like, hey, do something with your life. You're like, okay. Right? It's the whole principle of lottery. I know I'm never gonna hit cash. I know I'm never gonna make a ton of cash. So what I do is I put my hand on fate. And if I put my hand on fate and unlock, there's a chance that I make it the big leagues. I become filthy rich. And then people are saying, why are you constantly buying fucking tickets? You're never gonna win. And society tells us that those people are addicts, right? Society tells us that those people are the scum of the planet, right? But what if one person with a gambling addiction, right? Whatever they were telling, I'm going there every single day knowing I'm going to be losing, but you're losing in life too. You're going to a 9 to 5 where you're never going to make enough. You're feeding another person's dream. And we're so stupid because we're telling our bosses, my boss has money. My boss has fucking money. He's able to take care of us. Your boss is richer than you, but your boss is not part of the elite. Right? There's two classes of people in the world. People will tell you there's three classes, but that's not true. People will tell you that there's a rich class, there's a medium class, and there's a poor class. That's not true. There's a poor class, there's a poorer class, then there's the rich. Your boss is poor. You're poorer. We're so happy when a person wins $1 million in the lottery. When there's people that are doing trillions of dollars per month. Trillions. Okay, billions. How many people that you know that reach 1 million? How many people have you met that reach $1 million? We're saying content creator, right? How many content creators do you know that are that popular? Right? Or how many people, content creator, told you I have this much money, but you never saw the amount of money. You don't know if they're lying or they're bullshitting. Now why? Why would they be bullshitting about that? Insecurity. Insecurity. Money equals success. I'm broke, I'm not successful. We're trying to fix. That's the hair today. That's actually a good subject. That's actually a good subject. So if you don't mind, we're gonna take a note. I don't even know what song it is. 6 o'clock in the morning. Holy. I almost went to see Korn. I almost went to see Twitter. That was Korn. Okay, so the notes was... I forgot. Fuck, that was a good note. We're fighting the rich, but we're all poor. We're playing different rules. I don't know, I don't remember. Okay, so what? Come back to me, maybe. So we're fighting the rich, right? Trillions, billions. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So the high is going lower. So money equal success. But what does success equal to? Is money really success? I don't think so. So you see streamers. As he followed the Roman Empire people. Before, people were trying to say how much they're making out of YouTube. Now people are lying about how much money they have because money is success. No money equal no success. You wanna know what's crazy? People will always say, hey, I have this much amount of money. They'll never tell you how they spent it. They'll have cars. Those cars are rented. They'll have houses. Those houses are rented. Right? You understand. You know. You believe. Yeah. What a night. Those were good gummies. You don't last long though. I don't know if I did. I would work with those. Why would I work with gummies? That's another question. That's another video. But insecurities are so different. What are my insecurities? Am I fully aware of my insecurities? I had this friend, Skylar. Skylar. And she was getting trolled, so I felt bad. I was like, yo, you need a mod. Like, fuck yeah, I need a mod. Please, daddy. That please, daddy was added by myself for dramatic purposes. Thank you. Right. What are they talking about? Money equals success. Insecurities. Okay. She was talking about. I said, thank you for a mod. She's Canadian too, so she feels that when somebody's nice to you, you owe them something, which is a very Canadian thing to say. Canadian thing to do. A people. Yeah. A common culture of obedient people. You realize that obedience, control, I think controlling the media is controlling the mindset of people. You look at dictatorship, you look at President Kim, my apologies, and you're seeing them, oh my god, this is horrible. He's teaching them all about everything. And if you look at Canadian history, if you look at French Canadian history, you realize that we were a bunch of farmers and were introduced with business by people, and those people took advantage of us. It was always gonna be worker, always gonna be little farmers, right? And those little farmer, right? What they did was they thought they got learner. They thought they got smart because they learned. I'm gonna tell you about the subject, and I shouldn't talk about this, but slavery. Okay, slavery. People don't understand that people who sold slave. Look at where they come from. Look at who sold slave. Okay, look at people. I'm gonna say Congo. So I have a friend from Congo, and that makes it okay, I guess. And a friend from Congo. If you look at the story of Congo, there's a lot of slave in Congo. And when you look at who sold slave, it's not the big mean guys. Congo. Those people sold their own brother, sister, mother for cash, right? And then you talk about slavery. That's horrible. But it was also slavery in French Canada. We were farmers, right? And we're told, we're gonna give you something good. We're gonna give you cars. We're gonna give you something you can buy with money, right? So just work. We'll give you money. We'll give you things that you ever wanted in the form of money. And then you go in and like, holy shit, dude, I worked. I made this much amount of money in this hour so I can buy stuff. But you realize that you'll never be the seller. You'll never have a leverage position in the sense of we're always working, buying, versus people that are not working and selling. Understand this. Understand this is a very important thing. You're working, selling. You're working, buying. Some people are not working and they're selling. That's slavery. It's not the slavery as we know. It's a modern form of slavery. It's wage slave. Right? You understand the way to assimilate your people. I'm going to say something that's very horrible to say. I watched a movie called Interview 2 weeks ago. And they were saying how everybody in North Korea was poor. Or hungry. They were working, right? They were still hungry. There was no food. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's not true. But those people have to work because of the fear of death. And we work for a thought of freedom. Because we're getting paid. You want to know the saddest thing in life? You know that you work an hour. And you make $20. Now $20 per hour, you're buying something. That something is a piece of chicken. And once that piece of chicken is gone, you're gone. But then you said, yeah, you chose to eat that chicken, right? Well, one of the biggest secrets in life, biggest secrets, you chose to eat that chicken, but you didn't choose to spend money on that chicken. When you were working, you didn't think about, yo, what am I gonna eat? That's slavery, guys. I'm working, I got bills to pay, got my rent to pay, my electricity to pay, which is normal, right? We don't think about what I'm gonna eat. Because you don't think about what I'm gonna eat, you don't think about the price of food, right? And because you don't think about the price of food, you don't think about the number of hours that's paid. Amazon, they make it so simple to buy. You don't realize how much you spend. Uber Eats, you don't realize how much cash there is. About 80 pieces of chicken and 7-Up, a bottle of 7-Up. It cost me $112. I don't know if you're good at math, that's $8 a piece of chicken. If I was working, the minimum salary would be 15 something. That piece of chicken costs you $8. That's 30 minutes. And that $15 is before tax. So that 30 minutes is what? Is 45 minutes? What was the chicken? Wanna know something? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You work how many hours per day? How many meals per day did you eat? Think about every single meal that you eat. Every single meal. Ask yourself, would a piece of chicken be enough? So you're awake 8 hours. You're working 8 hours. 16. Okay. And you're sleeping 8 hours. 24. Okay. You're eating every single 16. You're doing 16 divided by 3. 16 divided by 3, that's 520. That's 5 hours and 20 minutes. A tier of your day. 5 hours, 20 minutes, a tier of your day. 5 hours, 20 minutes, a tier of your day. That makes sense? 15, 16. More or less. Right? More or less shit. Yeah, it'd be 6 to 18. It'd be 16. Yeah, that's right. Because you're sleeping 8 hours. Okay, I got my math. I got the math wrong, but I got the math right, but I got the results wrong. And you're awake every single 5 hours and a half you eat, right? Now like you're thinking, bro. That's sad. You're thinking every 5 hours and a half I'm eating, but I'm only working 8 hours, right? I'm only working 8 hours. So then the answer to the 15 hours, the 5 hours and a half that you eat, work more. So your free time that you spent eating that didn't get you any money, answered is working more to get more money to be able to afford food. That 8 hours is it's a illusion. You understand that? This thought of freedom is fake. This fart was fake too, by the way. That thought of freedom is fake. That sucks. But then it's life. And then you realize that I'm not free, but my neighbor's not free. And then you comfort yourself in knowing that we're all kind of the same boat. A boat that's sinking, but a boat. You wanna know something? Put yourself in a boat. Close your eyes, okay? We'll do the exercise together. Close your eyes. I'm in a boat that's sinking, okay? I'm in the middle of the ocean, right? There's no hope for survival. So what do? I go higher on the boat. I know the boat is sinking, but I'm going higher and higher and higher on the boat. And all I'm doing is slowing down my own death. You're on that boat and it's sinking. Now, what is the answer? What is the solution to that? Swim. Swim. Some of us, some people in the world will make it to the shore. They'll swim far enough, strongly enough, fast enough survive. Most of us will drown, right? That's the elite, right? But the elite isn't that. The elite is a lot better. Because the elite, once again, take your two hands, close your eyes. The boat is sinking. What I'm doing, I'm going in the boat. I am not looking at what other people are doing. I'm focused on surviving. I don't look at what the elite are doing, because I'm so focused on surviving. The elites have safety boats. They were never in danger. That's what you're fighting against. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get sick because I motion sickness. And we're back. We're back. Just like yesterday, we needed the. That's loud as fuck. Just like yesterday, we needed a break because the high was getting too high, then we got too low, and now my apologies, we're out of it. Just like yesterday, we were very hungry. After that, so we're gonna be eating right now. My apologies. Water, right? Burping disgusting. Water essential to live. So I was fucking about little French accent, you know. I'm in a good mood now. Yo quiero mangiare. Now we mixed up a little bit of a Spanish, a little bit of Italian, but I don't know how to say eat in Spanish. Mucho gusto. I like it a lot. So I was talking about how the rich people or the elite were. I still don't remember. That's pretty good. I was talking about how the elite are using safety boat. Now, I'm thinking about what that has to do with insecurity. At the point of learning this, I'm going to hate the elite even more than I hate them right now. Because insecurities, I think it's not question about. I think you can change, but it's a bit harder. I'm a friend, missing a finger. And check you out. Can't change shit about it. Can't grow a finger. And who the hell saw a prosthetic for one finger? $1 million ID. I'm asking for a small investment. Okay. And I'm understanding insecurities. Huh? Was that me? It was me. Like a popular guy, right? And insecurities I'm putting to understand. Because insecurities and flaws are one and the same. I get to end lately. And it's like, whenever you say something sweet, I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible person because whenever I give a compliment, whenever I'm being serious, I feel the need to make a joke after that. I feel the need to make a joke after that because, right, I want people to take me seriously. Because when I open up, let's go deep. Let's go fucking deep. Let's go balls deep. Let's go balls deep in the hole of trauma. You're down? Manscaped, shaved. So, you were yourself before. Being yourself before, I think people make fun of you. I'm supposed to call you crazy, call you weird. So, it's a defense mechanism. What do you do? I'm full. I'm very full. is you make jokes. With those jokes, you hope that people will not take you seriously. Now, why talk if you're hoping that people will not take you seriously? Because even though they're not believing you, they know that you look crazy, you still get to say what you want. Right? Am I a flat earther? No. Do I believe that some people have a desire to discover something, a lie, or looking for a lie everywhere? What if people that believe in flat earth were more knowledgeable than the fact that we're constantly being lied to by politics? I was talking about Mikey and Andrew and how they were talking about politics, and they were saying, and I was saying, they were saying, I don't know who was saying, someone was saying though, for sure. I agree with what you're saying about the sports team. It doesn't matter who they're playing. We should be allowed to enjoy the sport in itself. I think for Canadian, you think for Maple Leaf, let's enjoy the sport. It's still hockey. Doesn't matter who's playing. Doesn't matter which team we're. It's still the same game. It's still the same rule. They're still going after a puck. Right. A boot. And you were saying, yeah, with politics, I'm understanding, but politics is the same thing. You're voting for a mascot. You're voting for a face. Right? You think that it's different, but there's all the same bullshit. Every single party are inherent of, usually before, in the golden age of mankind, they were inherited of a value, of a system of belief, of this is our party, this is what we stand for, this is what we're aiming to do. Now, every single parties are aiming for one thing. We all have this debt, we all have this crushing defeat of a monetary value, right? Canada is much is the debt of Canada, right? People know the debt of Canada. If they don't know how much time it's going to take to pay it back, they don't care, right? So whoever we vote for, they don't have the power to do anything. They're not going to change the country, right? They're not going to change the country. When is the last time a president did something that you remember to change? When is the last time where a person in power and authority did something that changed the entire society? When's the last time? Yesterday? 3 days ago? 4 days ago? A year, a decade, a century, a millennia? Who knows? Who knows? We don't do shit. So you think, what's the point of voting? There's a couple of point of voting, right? There's a couple of ideas behind voting, a certain belief of democracy. What democracy is? Kratos, God of War. It's power. Kratos has a brother. That brother's name is Deimos. Deimos is what? People. Now together, they are Deimos, Kratos. But Deimos and Kratos is very Greek, right? The Os, Stephanos, very Greek. What if we were speaking Latin? We'll keep that same thing, similar. Demos will become Demo, and Kratos will become Krasi. And together they would form the word democracy, right? It would be a belief of the power of the people, right? Now the beliefs of power of people at the very base was what? Was union. The system of union we have right now, the system of union that we have currently in this modern society. So we're representing the worker, right, versus the employers. I know what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense. Well, the people, right, or a country, right, and those union leaders, which are our governor, our prime minister, our president, are talking to the bosses about bettering our condition as a people, right? Now, who are the bosses? The boss is the whole world. So you realize that the union, right, the union is fighting against the whole world, so Canada could be better, right? But then if we're fighting against the whole world for Canada to be better. And what's the point? Because it's nice that Canada is better, but at what cost? The cost of the entire world going darker, suffering from one person. So then you realize that there's a power play. It's a very, 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 very important power play. So you ask your union rep to say, hey, I want Canada to go further in the world, right? And your union reps are very, very strong. And your union reps are putting demands, and they have leverage because they have the workforce. They have the workforce. So Canada have the resources. We have water, we have forests, right? We have the resources, right? Another country like America, where there's a grand scheme, there's a grand power of buying, but there's not a lot of things to buy. There's a great salesman, but it doesn't have things to sell. There's a great salesman, right? But without things to sell, there's no worth it. Then we have Canada, which is the resources, so something to sell, but no salesman. As America, nothing to sell, but a salesman. So they work together into a sales product team, right? But then Canada is always fighting for more and more and more and more. And who's paying is America. And then America fights back, and America says, hey, we want America, America, America. So who pays more? Canada pays more, right? That's a relationship, right? So then you realize that you're the worker who's going for the union, and you're going for the union. So because you're going for the union, you're actually asking the bosses to give you something, right? So whatever the bosses give you, right, they're losing, right? Now, ultimately speaking, right? Ultimately speaking, a balance would be nice. A 50-50 balance would be nice, right? But there's no option for 50-50. And if there's no option for 50-50, what you want to be? You want to be the predator or the prey? You want to be the loser or the winner? You want to be the winner, right? So you're willing for your bosses to lose, right? And then you're willing. But you never understand it. You're never realizing when your boss is losing. So you keep on pushing, and you keep on asking your union rep to push and push and push and push and push. And because you keep on asking your union rep to push and push and push and push, you realize that you become what you hated, which is the oppressor, right? Now, why am I saying this? Why am I saying this about the elite? Why am I saying this about the oppressor? Because insecurities, right, and flaws are two in the same coin. I'm using insecurities as something that I cannot change, right? My friends, which is insecurity, is a finger that you lost, right? One of my insecurities is my stuttering, my fast pace of talking, and people tell me to talk slower. I cannot change it, right? So it's an insecurity. If I could change it, it would be a flaw. It would be a flaw, right? Now that I cannot change it, it's an insecurity because I tried, but I can't. It's so cold outside. And then you realize that, okay, well, insecurity, you cannot fix it. Left side. Weight loss. A flaw. I can change that. So on the right side. So insecurity on the left, something I cannot change, and on the right, something I cannot change, which is a flaw. Now, believing that you're overweight is a flaw is up to you guys. I'm not gonna say what it is. That's my own personal belief system. That's your own personal belief system, right? We're going in deep. But then you realize, slowly but surely, that a lot of the things that you see in insecurities are flaws. You could change them. You just didn't work hard enough, right? Then you realize there's a lot of flaws that you had are insecurities. Things that you worked your whole life to change. You couldn't do. You couldn't change. But the thing is, there's a person that you had this one talent in the world. You had this one talent. You're a brilliant violinist. You're a brilliant pianist. And in French, you're a brilliant orchestra leader. And there's somebody else better than you. That a flaw? That's an insecurity. That a flaw or insecurity? I'm being serious. I'm asking you. I'm gonna have to change because that's 1 o'clock. I'm alone. I'm alright. 26 now.